in today's video, I wanted to talk with you about something that I feel like resellers just don't talk about a lot, and I feel like the absence of this topic in conversations can actually be really detrimental to us as resellers. So let's have the conversation. Hi everyone, my name is BECKYPARK. I'm a part-time reseller on a variety of reselling platforms. I've been doing this now since basically the beginning of 2018. I've had my highs as far as like doing really well, lows of just barely doing anything, barely making any sales, and feeling really crappy about myself. But it's been a wonderful journey. And a lot of what I have learned has come from, the reselling community. It's come from watching YouTube videos. It's come from, being a part of the reseller community on Instagram. And I've learned so much from people. People share so freely and generously. So it's been great. One thing, however, that I just don't feel like people talk about very much is it okay to take breaks? Is it okay to take a step back? Is it okay to do nothing for a period of time? I've had moments throughout my reselling journey where I've done just that, where I just decide I'm not doing this right now. Sometimes it's for like wonderful, joyous, occasions and reasons. Things like I'm going on vacation. I can't think of another situation. But even when it comes to vacations, I always had the mentality before going on vacation, and I've even made videos about this very topic, but I've gone in with the attitude of let me try to get as much done as I can before leaving for vacation to prep things so that listings can go live while I'm on vacation. And so I've got things set up for people to ship for me while I'm gone. It's not a full stop on reselling because I still have things happening, and those things are happening because I put in a ton of work before going on my trip. So I can't really think of very many times when I just stopped because I just couldn't. And in the few times that I did, I distinctly remember feeling really bad about myself. I distinctly remember feeling like a failure, feeling like I shouldn't have let it get to this point, stressing out about, okay, but what's going to happen to my reselling platforms now that I haven't done anything for a couple weeks? What's going to happen to my sales? What's going to happen to this and that? And I would not be able to fulfill the purpose behind why it was that I was taking a break because I was too busy stressing out. So in today's video, I just want to say the words out loud to you. It is okay to take a break. It is okay not to hustle at all times. And I know that sounds very contrary to what a lot of resellers, including myself, preach. We talk about consistency as a reseller. You need to be listing something every day. We talk about consistency in shipping and photographing and listing. We talk about the algorithms and how they love it when people are, doing all the things when they're supposed to be doing them. There are resellers who literally can't go to sleep at night unless they've, done X, Y, and Z. And to be honest, it is probably those people who have the most successful reselling businesses. They are the ones who we admire from afar because they post package stack after package stack because they have so many, packages going out every day. Their numbers are super impressive. They're able to scale and grow their businesses. And it makes us feel like that's what I have to do. I have to chase after this dream every single day. Every single day I've got this to-do list of things that must get done. Otherwise, I'm not going to find that same kind of success. And we keep chasing after this idea of what it is that we're supposed to accomplish. I have the luxury of a full-time job with a salary, and therefore it is easier for me to talk about the values of taking a break and taking care of yourself, because as long as I'm doing my other job well, or if I can take time off from that other job but still, get my salary, of course it's comparing apples to oranges. But what I will say is I do think that there are some people in the reselling community who aren't taking care of themselves. They're not taking care of their physical health. They're not taking care of their mental health. They're not taking care of the relationships that they have in their personal lives. And, those things are falling apart because they're giving more than what they have to their business. When you give too much, there's nothing left over for yourself. So at some point, it's almost like, who cares that you have this super successful reselling business when you look around and you don't really have loved ones who are in your life anymore because you've alienated yourself from them? Or who cares if you've got this amazing reselling business when you're working yourself to death and you're not doing well physically, you're not doing well mentally? At that point, was it worth it? In my opinion, no. So you're probably asking yourself, where is all this coming from? Last week, we lost my father-in-law. He has been suffering with dementia and cancer, and we knew it was coming. He had been pretty steady for a while, and it all of a sudden just started progressing rapidly. And we got to a point pretty quickly all of a sudden where, he was in hospice and we knew that he wasn't going to be with us for much longer. When he passed, obviously, I just stopped doing all reselling things. I stopped doing anything regarding YouTube because my time was spent doing other things. My time was spent being with family and just making sure my husband was doing okay. We were doing a lot of driving back and forth between where we live and where my mother-in-law lives, which is about a 2-hour drive. There was a lot going on. So obviously I wasn't worried about reselling for the time being. What made me really upset, though, is that there were parts of me that were upset with myself for not being able to do it all. And I found myself starting to stress out about but I haven't listed for the last couple days, and I haven't posted a YouTube video, and I haven't done this and that. And I just kind of had to stop and look at myself and say, oh my God, that doesn't matter. It's okay. It's okay that you're not doing these things, and you don't need to give up any of your energy stressing out about the fact that you're not doing these things. It's just not at all important right now. And again, I'm saying that with the knowledge that I'm in a very different situation than a lot of you. Some of you, this is how you put food on the table. And so even when life gets that hard, you still have to do all the things because this is how you put food on the table. And I get that, and I'm not trying to trivialize that by any means. But even full-time resellers need breaks. Even full-time resellers deserve to go on vacation. Even full-time resellers deserve to take time for themselves when they need it, and deserve to be there for other people when they need it without feeling guilty about what it's doing to their business. I think that we don't have these conversations enough in the reselling community about taking care of ourselves and about taking care of our families at home. Your business is important. It's not as important as your health. It's not as important as the people around you who you love and the people who love you. It's important, but it's not that important. I'll share one last thing before I end this video, and that is just a little bit about what the last few years of my father-in-law's life looked like. Like I said, he had really bad dementia, and there were times when, he's got 2 sons, there were times that he couldn't recognize them, he didn't know who they were. More often than not, he didn't remember who I was or who our kids were. And thankfully, a lot of times with dementia, people are angry or mean, and he really wasn't like that. Maybe he had little outbursts here and there, but for the most part, he was just so cute and I don't know, just sweet. And he was, we were really thankful that he was able to hold on to that essence of who he was, even towards the end. So there'd be these moments when, he'd look at my husband and you could tell there was no recognition there. But sometimes he would see him and you could see oh, it's you, Michael, And in those moments, he was so quick to say, in this really sweet sing-songy voice, he'd say, I love you, I love you. And I like to think that it's because he knew he would pretty quickly slip back into just kind of the haze that dementia is. But he wanted to make sure that my husband knew that he was loved by his father. And, with my kids, I don't know that he ever super like remembered who they were again once the dementia really kind of settled into his brain. But whenever my mother-in-law would patiently explain to him, she'd say, these are your grandkids, they're Michael's kids, they're Michael and Becky's kids. And he'd say, oh, I love you, I love you. Even though he didn't really like know who they were, but he knew like he was supposed to know who they were. And he knew that as their grandfather, he loved them. Even though he didn't really remember them, he knew that he loved them. I'm so thankful for these final memories of him and this legacy that maybe only myself and my husband and my kids will be able to carry on and remember, because it's not like he had a huge circle. But I'm thankful for the reminder of what matters. I'm thankful for the reminder that we're not here forever. And I'm thankful for the reminder and the strengthening of this conviction within myself that when I leave, I can't take my money, I can't take my reselling business, I can't take my Instagram followers and my YouTube subscribers. Instead, hopefully what I leave behind is my circle of people, however big or small that may be, but my circle of people who know that I love them deeply. Yes, because I said it verbally to them, but also because I showed them with how I lived that I love them. Sometimes we just get such tunnel vision, and it's hard to remember why we're doing the things that we're doing in the first place. It's hard to remember, why did I even decide to start reselling? Oh yeah, it's because I wanted to have more freedom with my time and flexibility with my time. But then the next thing we know, we're like a slave to our business. So this is my encouragement and challenge to you to take a step back, really look at where the hours of your day are going. Maybe make some adjustments with how you're doing things, because once it's too late, it's too late. And also because you deserve to be healthy. You deserve to feel good in your own body because you're getting outside and because you're exercising and because you're putting good food into your body. Like, you deserve those things. You deserve to have good friends and good relationships with your family, but they take work. It's two-sided. You have to be there for them and they'll be there for you as well. But you deserve that. I'm just gonna call them like I see them, but I think there are a lot of resellers who at the end of the day, all they have is their reselling business. And that makes me sad. And please, if you ever feel like you see me heading down that road where all I have going on in my life is my reselling business, this YouTube channel, if you ever suspect that that's happening, please call me out on it. Please, reach out to me, bombard my email inbox, my DMs, and be like, you need to calm down. You need to slow down. Like, this is not okay. It's not healthy. And I know that that's coming from a place of love, just like I hope you know and understand that everything I'm saying is coming from a place of love. But yeah, I don't want to go down that path. And hopefully you don't either. And if you're there, it's not too late to step back and make some changes and enjoy your life. So thank you for listening to my TED Talk. Make sure that you tell those around you that you love them. Check in on one another, check in on me, and know that I'm here for you, I'm rooting for you, and I just want you to live the best life that you possibly can. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.